at Avicolli's, and happy to be here with you as always every single month with the Liverpool student athletes, coaches, as well as administration. We're here today with Liverpool Girls Lacrosse, and from Avicolli's, I would love for you to give a round of applause to Caitlyn Guilfoil as well as Coach Caity Hamilton. So, Caitlyn, this is your first time on.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. You were helping your fellow captains out when they needed answers. Who would you trust on your team if you need an answer to a question?
Lana Limpy.
Okay, Lana, you said?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like she always just knows everything. Like, she's always, in tune, all the time.
She's in tune with everything? Yeah. Okay, all right. So, for you being a captain, you heard your fellow captains talk about leadership and what it means. How would you define leadership now that you're in that role?
I would define leadership as not even just one person, but everyone together. Say you see, someone who's, upset, not just one person. You can help everyone to, help them all together, make them feel better, to, help them have, a better day.
And you said leadership is about everybody. Some people, when they're a leader, they think they're in a castle on a high mountain by themselves. Why do you not see it that way?
Honestly, I just think that when you're a leader, you shouldn't only focus on yourself being a leader. You should also, motivate other people to be be leaders too.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that, and I can respect that. I don't think you know how big that comment is. There's a lot of adult leaders in this world that don't realize that in order to lead, you have to empower other people to lead as well. All right, Coach, it's your first time on here as well. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
You've heard about how your student athletes think the culture is of this program with you being the head coach. What were you looking to establish as your foundational pillars to build the culture?
Yeah, I just, culture, like you said, is one of the most important things when it comes to athletes, when it comes to playing, when it comes to having everyone buy in. It's something that means so much. We can practice stick skills, we can practice running, but that culture and having everyone buy in is the most important part. Just like the captain said, yes, we have 3 captains, but we have 23 leaders on our team. And we have to play like that. I think it's really important to today was a great test, right? Things didn't go our way, and it's kind of who's gonna step up, who's gonna lead us, who's gonna make us feel different when things are rough. And that's sometimes sports. Sports are gonna be rough, and we just, our philosophy this year is one. We really want the girls to look to their right, to look to their left, and just know that they can count on the person next to them.
You said that just simple word, but it means a lot. One. Mm-hmm. Why was that the word you wanted to key in on this year?
Yeah, so to be completely honest, so I came from Syracuse City, and that was one of our words that we used, one. Sometimes, just like I said before, sports, they have their ups and downs. And in the city, we really, really just were one. And when things weren't going well, we just needed everyone to step up, whether that was our goalie, to our midfielders, to our attackers, to our bench, to our coaches, to our injured players. We just need everyone to buy in, and no one has a better seat in this house. No one is more important on this team. Everyone is one, and I think the more we buy into that, the more success we're going to have.
And I love that, and I can appreciate that. You said you came from Syracuse City. Why Liverpool? Why did you want to be here?
I wanted to win. I wanted to be with a bunch of girls that were hungry, that really already knew the game of lacrosse, and that's exactly what I think every single day they come. And there are days where sometimes we need to bring a little more to practice, but at the end of the day, we come and we have a goal in our mind, and we are just really excited to be together. And I think, talking about culture, coming to a practice when you've had kind of a bad day at school or things aren't going well at home, just taking everything, not bringing all of that other stuff into the game and just leaving it off the field. And then when we're on that field, we're just focusing on lacrosse and winning. And I think this group of girls has exactly that. And I just wanted to be with a group of girls that went out there every single day and fought hard. And yeah, it's a great district to be in.
Caitlyn, for you, when you hear your new head coach here talk about she came here because she wanted to win, she obviously had a belief in this program, has a belief in this program. What does that mean to you that she saw this program as a positive, as a beacon of light?
It feels really good to have someone like that believes in us. So much positivity coming from Coach just means so much. We haven't really always been like a positive team and always had positive people around us, so it just means a lot.
To have that positive energy, how contagious has it been so far?
Very. It's been very contagious. I feel like the energy that she brings to practice and games, everyone just feeds off of it. So.
For you, growing as you have into this role that you're in right now, what have you seen from yourself? Like when you look in the mirror in the morning and you see who you are today, how has that person grown? What have you seen from yourself?
I think I've seen myself grow in ways that I didn't think I could have when I was younger, especially going through something that's been very hard for me. I just see myself, I don't know. Just, I've grown to be more mature, I feel like, understanding and putting myself in other people's shoes and knowing how other people feel.
You said you've gone through something hard recently. You've had adversity. How do you kind of navigate through that? What are those things that you lean on?
I'd say my best friends. They always help me. My family, just like my teammates, everyone. They've been helping me get through it. My PT, obviously. They've always been my motivation.
I love that. Can we clap it up and show some love to your team members? Coach, I know you've been here for a little while, but what have you seen from Caitlyn?
Oh my goodness, I've seen such a leader. She's helped me so much as a coach. There's times where I go to her and our other injured players and I'm like, what do you got for me? What do we need? What do we need out there? And I think that's something as a coach I've learned so much every single day from not only our seniors to our captains to our underclassmen, but Kate's just stepped up and she's in a really unfortunate position and we kind of used her as inspiration today. From what I heard, she was a draw queen, getting ground balls, winning draws, and now we have, our 3 freshmen that are leading that draw circle, and it's a lot of pressure on them. And so today I was like, you guys are on that circle for Kate. Kate wants to be out there more than anyone, and she can't be. So what can we do for Kate? And I think that we're going to continue to just keep fighting for our girls that can't be out there. We have a lot of injuries this year, and it's really unfortunate, but there's a lot of potential, and even though they are injured, they're still, like I said, so much a part of this team, so much a part of what we do, what we're learning, and how we're going to adjust as a team moving forward.
Caitlyn, for you going through something like this and going through injury, I mean, it's out of your control. How have you kind of found your way to be a leader and to be a part of this team, to be the energy? We talk about you being there on the draw, and when you're not out there on the draw, how can you still be out there in your own way?
I think being on the sideline and watching everyone play, I think it's really helped me learn to actually be a coach, seeing how it's not when you're not on the field, seeing how it is to be off the field. Can you repeat what you said at the end?
Just how, even though you're not out there on the field, how you still feel like you have your place on the team.
Because a lot of the girls, when they have questions, they still they come up to me, they ask me questions, they still involve me. I'm very involved in practice and games and everything like that. So.
Do you have interest in coaching at some point in your life?
Yeah, I do. I'll coach anywhere, but I want to go to be a physical education teacher, so I want to do that and also be a coach.
Physical education and coach. All right. Coach, what do you think? Do you think she can handle this?
If you're going to go into education, the only thing to do is be a PE teacher. That's what I tell these girls every day. I think she would absolutely be a great coach.
Fair enough. Well, let's jump into rapid fire. Coach, you can ask me the first question.
Well, I'll start. It wasn't my original question, but what got you?
Yeah.
Go like
Just,
this.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. What got you into doing this? What started your drive to, interview coaches, interview players, and kind of bring this fun broadcasting system to high school sports?
It started when I was really, really little. I think when I was 3, I started like joking around. Like I remember back maybe that far that I would like sing in the middle of the room, and I would make people laugh in the middle of the room. Like I never minded being in a room of people I don't know and trying to like get people to smile and be happy. And then I started writing when I was 5, and I would just write stories, big imagination. And then I fell in love with sports, and I was playing sports, and then the storytelling. So it was kind of from storytelling to making people laugh, to seeing people smile, to loving bringing people together, loving sports, having a strong faith. It just built in me, like, if I want to bring people together and I want to make the world a better place, it's just kind of evolved into this. Like, I never knew what it was going to look like. And that's why it's weird when people say 10 years from now, where are you going to be? Because the only answer I have for that is hopefully alive, making a positive difference, helping people become their best self. It's not about me. And it was never about me. And I think, when you serve the Lord and you serve Jesus Christ, I mean, he died for everybody and he lived to serve. So if I'm going to live a life that mirrors him in any way, shape, or form, it's my job to leave the world better than I found it. And it's my job to serve people, not serve myself. And so, I mean, I guess I could tell you I love being a storyteller, but more than anything else, I love like seeing y'all out in the community, seeing you years down the road, and then you'll come like, oh, Dan, this and that, or you're like, a grandparent will come up to me and say, oh, like I'm Caitlyn's grandma, and I saw her on the show, and it meant the world that like she talked about this and that, it made me cry. Like, it's just moments like that make me feel like, I don't know, I'm doing something.
I love it.
So I would say that. All right, Coach, my question back to you. If you took over my show for the day, and it's Wake Up Call with Caity Hamilton, who are the 3 guests coming on your show?
Oh, I'm not good at this. I've always loved Ashton Kutcher. He's always been like my guy. Adam Sandler is another one.
Okay.
Love him. I think he just brings a lot of energy. And my third one would probably be my brother, honestly.
Okay.
He coached college lacrosse. He was a huge, athlete his whole life. He was a couple years older than me. I always looked up to him. I always wanted to compete with him. And he just really helped me become the best player, the best coach, the best person I could be. So, and he can talk. He might take you up on the talking. So he would be my third.
All right, fair enough. I like Adam Sandler because he does shout out Syracuse from time to time.
Yep.
All right, Caitlyn, what's your question for me?
If you could be a fictional character for a day, who would it be?
There's 2, and they're both in the same universe.
Oh.
So, and those of you that have been to a show before or heard it before know that I was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 as an extra. But I would be Spider-Man or Venom.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Spider-Man or Venom. Because Venom is like not a bad guy. He becomes a good guy. And so it's kind of like he evolves into the life that he has. And then Spider-Man just feels with great power comes great responsibility. And when I turn the microphone on every day, I don't do it to hear myself talk. I do it because when I turn the mic on, I feel like I have the opportunity to make a difference. So every time I turn the mic on, I'm not allowed to have a day where I don't care, where I'm not prepared, where it doesn't matter. So I could be sick as a dog, but I'm going to do the show because I have to do something right in the world when I wake up. So my question back to you, Caitlyn. If you had to pick something off the menu, a food dish, right, that describes your personality, what food would you be essentially?
A Caesar salad, I guess.
Okay.
Dino nuggets.
You're
Dino nuggets. Yes.
She's
Dino.
fun. She can be fun and she's Asian. She can be like calm. You know, chicken nuggets are like normal, like calm.
okay.
They're dino nuggets.
Okay. Do you eat a lot of the Dino Nuggets?
No, I do not.
No.
Actually.
But they think Dino Nuggets because you're like calm, but
She's like normal, basic, like you know, she has like the regularness to her, and then like there's times when she can be like, oh, let's make it fun.
okay. All right. So Dino Nuggets. First time we've ever gotten that answer. All right. Caitlin, you can ask me one more. What do you got?
What's your favorite pickup line?
It's a really funny question to ask because I've never used one.
Well,
Oh, don't say. Okay, well, I've never used one. So, no, the only time that I will say a pickup line is if I'm already dating somebody and I'm trying to make her laugh. So, like, if people don't know we're dating, and let's say we were on the other side and she was sitting at the bar at Avicolli's, I would come up to her and say something, like, funny and ridiculous with everyone around not knowing that she's actually with me. So, I can't say that I've genuinely used a pickup line. I probably said something somewhere in my life where I was like, I don't know, trying to figure out what to say, but, you know, girl, are you tired because you've been running through my mind all day? I don't say stupid stuff like that. So, you know, like that's. Yeah. I didn't come up
Great
with that.
question.
That was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air back in the day. So, my question back to you, Caitlin. Okay. I'm gonna send it back to you this way. If you had to give me a topic that I had to use in a pickup line, what topic would you say I would have to say? Like if you were creating for me, like maybe not topic is a word. If I had to use a word, because I'll do this on the show sometimes, I'll say, give me a word I have to use in the show that I have to work into the show. So give me a word that I would have to put in a pickup line. If you could pick any word.
I would say. Sugar.
Sugar?
Sugar.
Okay.
Sugar.
Sugar. All right. I'll work on it. Coach, what's your last question for me?
I just have to add, I would probably not invite Ashton Kutcher. I would invite Fran Brown, Syracuse football coach. That just came up, and that's one of my goals is to like have a meeting, have a dinner date with Fran Brown, and just go over like what he's done to make Syracuse football nowadays. And that's my goal, to make Liverpool lacrosse like that. So Fran Brown would be my third guest.
All right. I love it.
But my question to you now?
Your question to me now.
What are you most proud of in life?
What am I most proud of? I would say that I've never lost my faith. I would honestly say that I've never lost my faith. So my friend Lisa, when I was a little, she was like 7 years old. She used to babysit me when I was really little. And Lisa said something to me, and it's weird how God works. She said something to me that was extremely important on a day where something really bad happened, and it was before I knew that it happened. She said to me, she goes, you know, you got something that like not a lot of people can, you've done something that not a lot of people can do. And I said, okay. And I was sitting at the island at her mom and dad's house. And she said, if somebody met you at 5 years old, or they met you in high school, or they met you in college, or now that you're a professional, we would all describe the same man. So she said, think about how crazy it is that you've stayed consistent through your entire life, and you would be described the same as everybody that knows you, no matter when they met you in time. And I would blame my consistent faith in God for trying to be consistent to people. So, with that being said, I want to thank Coach, I want to thank Caitlin, I want to thank Liverpool Girls Lacrosse, and I know that you're talking to me right now at 500, but I got a really awesome hope and prayer and feeling that the next time I talk to y'all, we're going to be on the winning side of things. So y'all have a good day. Enjoy Avicolli's. Take care. Please give them a round of applause.
Thank you.
go.
Thank you.
Thank you very